Jason, USA versus Samoa, with one or two exceptions, is usually a very like crazy close game, 1 or 2 points here and there, and it was like that for a while, and then things happened for you guys. And I'm personally, I'm spending a lot of time in sports thinking about luck and how you create luck, how you create opportunities where luck helps you. And I think you guys were unlucky at times this year. Um, what were what were the factors in the second half that produced good fortune for you, or things that suddenly, hey, what, we've got to try, we've got points.
Yeah, hesitant to use the word luck because I think we put a lot of
Mhm.
work to be able to be in a position to take the opportunities when they come. I think we were confident in our legs. Not to say that Samoa was unfit, but there is a certain confidence and energy you continue to play with when you sort of back your fitness the whole game and you use that as a source of energy. And you see the surge. It was in the last really 8 minutes of the game that we sort of got back on top of them and made some big plays at big moments. And yeah, and like I said, I think energy has a big play in that. Like for Samoa, they're probably looking at those last couple 8 minutes, and one mistake feels like maybe a dagger in the heart. Versus for us, any little opportunity feels like an even bigger step in energy. Keeps rising and rising. So that's sports, and that's the way it goes. And like grateful we were in the position to be on top of it, and we worked really hard to make sure that we could capitalize on all that.
How important was the lineup? In the last two games, probably at a 60% win rate, maybe less. And this one, I think you lost one. You guys were really dialed in, and that allowed you to, launch from there.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, set piece is going to be crucial in any rugby match or any test match in general. So yeah, I mean, like I said to you after Japan, or before Japan, like we've just been focusing on it and keep learning and keep working. And I think we got to a place where we were confident, and sometimes that's all it is we just had to change the picture so that we could get a little more confidence and just go in and do our job.
Jason, on your try, I mean, I think people want some insight into the life of an international rugby player. One of the things is you score a try, you're just barely on the line, a bunch of people pile on top of you. Do you kind of have to pose for the camera for that? Like, I'm going to stay here until the referee sees me, or I make sure that people clear away and I've never moved and they can see that I scored.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, like, yeah, and when you're in that sort of moment, you don't want to give them any reason to take it away.
Mhm.
So I'm holding my ground. My guys are coming in and pulling guys off of me, and as soon as I see daylight, I'm pointing to the referee and showing him, look, this ball's across the line. I haven't moved. So you just want to give them every picture possible to make sure that they can make the right decision. And yeah, I'm glad they came to it because I was worried there for a second that they were
Yeah.
gonna not have a good angle on it or something.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you kind of know where the try line is, but you can't see it from that angle. And it looks like that's where the ball is. And then from another angle, you're pretty sure, but you can't see the ball. And you just hope they make the right decision.
If you like the work that we do, go to Golf Rugby Report /support GRR and donate to help us keep all our content in front of paywalls. And also support our sponsors. Irish Rugby Tours. Go on tour, expand your horizons. They'll make it happen for you. The U.S. Rugby Foundation, which supports grassroots rugby around the United States and also helps elite opportunities. Panther Rugby Academy, in which you can pursue elite playing opportunities. Hey, 8x8 Sports is my kit provider. They can provide you with equipment as well. They can be your kit provider. Check them out, 8x8 Sports. Do you want to go play rugby in college? Next Phase Rugby. That is the app to download, start your profile, connect with over 400 colleges around the United States, and get the place that you want to go for higher education and also to play some great rugby.
Just talking about the calendar for you and for guys like you, either guys who are MLR players or MLR players without a team now. I know some are going to go to ARP game teams, something like that. But what's your plan looking ahead to November test matches? What do you as an athlete do to bridge that time?
Yeah, I mean, being in the Eagles system, you're blessed because some guys might not have access to S&C and programs and people to talk to and get plans from otherwise. So those of us that are in that sort of extended player squad, it's a massive blessing to have USA Rugby here and supporting us. For guys who are still in contract, or there's a lot of uncertainty up in the air, and anytime there's uncertainty, there's going to be people who take the option, which is saying they're hanging them up or whatever, and unfortunately, that's just the reality of the situation. Like at some point, everyone has to move on. And with this trimming of teams and things like that, that might come, sooner than some people would have wanted, and things, unfortunately. But I don't know. I guess we'll see. That's what I think I spoke to it before the Samoa game. I was like, I think a lot of us are just grateful we have this right now as something else to focus on and put our energy into. So having the November tours as a goal for all these guys who are in the EPS to just keep working hard and be able to put their hand up and say, I'm ready, and getting that Eagles tour selection definitely could make an influence with whether clubs want to, invest in you and pick you up or not. So it just is another opportunity for you to get some more, game time and development and film, so to say. So yeah.
And sort of on a personal follow-up there, let's look back at your background. Clemson, Clemson, when you played, they were a very good rugby team. They're still a very good rugby team, but not at the highest level in college. So, in my experience, going into professional or international rugby, it's a bit of a jump for guys. What did you learn that you had to do? I mean, you look different, right? And you've grown, you've matured, all those things. But what did you have to do to get to the point that you're being praised by your head coach as captain?
I think, yeah, it's nice it's cool to hear. It's cool to hear always, always say it's sort of sometimes hard to get compliments, so it's it's funny to listen to him sometimes. But I think the biggest thing that I've learned, well, I had to put on 20 pounds in the first month. In Glendale, they said, you weigh 220, we need you at 240 or we're not going to sign you. So I did everything I could do to put that weight on. Now I've obviously at 250 put on a lot of weight since college through just working out all the time. But I'd say the hardest difference is the mental aspect of the game. Like I, it's so could sound really like odd, but it's the best job in the world, and it's also incredibly challenging. And you're challenged every day, and there's a lot of pressure and there's a lot of anxiety that comes along with it. And if you don't have the tools or develop the tools to manage that and to keep hungry and keep driving, and I've seen a lot of guys who are more talented than me that didn't make it because of those reasons or not having the support and things like that. So man, I think you just have to know that you really want it and know that there are going to be days where you're not sure if you want it and just keep taking that next step forward. I mean, yeah, I was having those conversations with guys. I've had them throughout my whole career of, you know, is this it? Am I done? Yada, yada, not necessarily just for me, but from everyone feels it at any moment. So it's not a difficult thing to keep doing, but it's incredibly rewarding. So I think for the guys who are really willing to stick to it and just keep working and put your whole self into it, like that's what you have to do.